Yesterday was roof rack struggle day. Today is insulation, hopefully not struggle day. This is Tec Van duct liner. So this is a 3mm foam. It's got sticky stuff on the one side, and then your reflective layer here, and then you put the Thinsulate on top of that. So we're gonna put that in today, at least on parts of it. Let's get this cut, and we'll get a tripod set up and start measuring it. So this roll, it should be easy. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, just right. I was a little worried about doing this in the winter just because it's just like wet and damp, and I was just worried about like just kind of condensation and this stuff sticking properly. So this roll is 40 inches. 39 3/4, 40 inches. Well, that's not nearly enough to span the length of this. I believe I measured, kind of do a bit of overlap. You're about 57 inches I want to cut them. So here's my system. I'm going to do this in the van. It's kind of sort of maybe intermittently raining, and I don't have a table that's set up. Like my big ping pong table, shop table, is covered in crap. So what I'm doing, I've already cut a couple. I cut a 54 inch, which is that one. 52 inches, two of them, which is for this one and this one. And then I'll cut the heights down in a bit. I'm just kind of getting the main widths cut. And then, so let's start shrinking this roll, and then I can go from there. And now I'm going to cut 57 inches, which is going to be the length of these at the top. Look at that. Also, another video where you don't need safety goggles. Now, what do I do with this? Pretty straightforward stuff, people. Lay it down, cut it. I think before I get too far ahead, I'm gonna stick one on, just see what I'm dealing with here. Clear layer. Pray for mojo. Let's just see if how this works. I'm just gonna peel a little at a time. What I'm thinking. Of course, it's got to be rolled the other way. What do we got here? Alright, so when you cut this, don't cut 57, cut 55. I thought these ribs would have took a little more, you know, like you start losing length. Big time wrong. So let's not hit that factory wiring too. What do you think of that? Okay. Not bad for the first one. I'm learning. I've never done this. This 2-inch strip. Look at that. That's just a happy little accident, I guess. All those 2-inch strips will fit just nicely. So there's one installed. Let's just a quick little look. There we go. Rub that right in there. Just rub her good. Give her the old rub. Look at that. Alright, I've been plugging away. I got a good portion of them done. This one here, turn the camera back on. It's got the factory wiring for the light that's over there. So the goal is to try to cover as much of this as possible. And I was covering the lips of these support bars, but I'd be covering these clips. So I don't want to do that because there's a chance I'm going to remove this wiring. But that is not today. So I just pulled them back. I cut this one a little shorter. I'm going to go here and it'll just sit here and get me right close to this area, and I've clipped them back on. Great progress made yesterday on the, well, at least what I think is great progress on the duct liner. Let's just see if we can look from in here. We got the entire sealing done. Looks good. It's held up pretty good. I had a little issue. Some of these ones on the end just wanted to fall, like kind of not stick very well. So my concern is if it doesn't stick, well then if I attach 3M90 and spray adhesive and Thinsulate to this, well it's going to stick to this, but if this doesn't stick to the roof, what's the friggin' point? I don't know. Holding pretty good. This one wasn't sticking very well right here. Not thrilled about that. But for the most part, it's held up pretty good. So we got all this in. Pretty happy overall. This part right here, when the sun hits it, it like warps in like crazily. So I had kind of had foam blocks wedged in here. And then yesterday I backfilled this with Sikaflex and put a bunch of Sikaflex up in here to hopefully prevent that from warping. And up in here too, not up there. A couple places. So I kind of want to get this into the sun and see what happens. Because if I cover it with the duct liner, then it's a lot harder to get access to it and maybe put some kind of support. Like I was gonna put some like a cross brace here and like caulk it in, or I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go along. Anyway, that's a future problem. So I'm gonna cut strips. I got about 21 inches and I'm just gonna cut strips of 21 inches and then just start stuffing the bottoms. That's what I've got. And then I'll figure out the top. I did have some extra offcuts that were able to fit in here just nice. And I have more offcuts in the garage. Status update. It has been maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours since I turned that camera off. My knees. Oh, my knees. That's okay. We made good progress. So we got all the bottoms in, except in there. I forgot about there. Crap. yeah, this is pretty easy. Like, this was a little awkward cutting that triangle. Just did some measurements. It's not perfect, but like, it's hidden. We're not painting a piano, you know? So, these are awkward, getting these in here. So this section I kind of slid. I cut a 5-inch wide strip, 5-inch by 21, and then bent it and kind of cut it in through here. Had the top started, tuck up there, get it started, and then pull from the bottom. Yeah, there's some gaps. There's some stuff where it's not attached. I don't imagine that the van will all of a sudden be too hot or too cold because of that. There is going to be Thinsulate in there. I imagine you don't need to have like just ridiculously crazy coverage. And if you do, well, so be it. I'll ruin the van. And also, you're gonna cut your hands. You're gonna get cuts all over your hands because you can't really do this with gloves. So clean your workspace so it sticks. I got a bit of a system now. The first ones went pretty slow. And there's one section by the back, it doesn't have these cutouts, and that was mighty interesting. I got them in, but it was not the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the easy, this is a 2, straight up a 2. It's not hard, it's just awkward. And I assume I'm doing it right. I've been actually doing really well on the lack of waste. I've barely wasted any of it. It's impressive, really. I think I'm done for day 2 on duct liner install. Good progress. Again, I'm only doing like 2 or 3 hours a day. I do have a job sometimes, so was another 3 hours today. Was it 3 hours? So I'm probably like 6 hours plus into this already, and like there's more done than you think because I haven't installed it, but I've cut it. That's ready, and that's all ready. So I just need that strip there, and then I have the bulk of the top here and half of the top up here. Oh yeah, and this door, and that, and this. I did have like an offcut that fit in here perfectly. This is what I am finding, is that these offcuts that you get, you can kind of find spots for them. You just start looking around, just stuff these everywhere. Realistically, this is for one person. This is 10 hours of cutting, sitting, staring. I've been working actually fairly decently, but yeah, okay, day 2. So I think I could wrap this up day 3 of this. Whether I do that, there we go, I'm just hanging in the dark here. I don't know how to use a camera. It's like I don't understand shade and lighting in the background. Looks like the neighbor down there got some new golf clubs. It ain't gonna make you better, brother. Anyway, we'll start this video up on day 3. What's really nice with this stuff, it's got like a grid. So once you measure and you get these smaller pieces, you can just mark it and just follow the line. I got the sliding door. Come on, baby. I got this one. We'll strip up there. There's an empty hollow bit up here. I got a strip left. I'll stuff up here. This goes up a solid 4 inches. This goes down a few inches. I'm debating like spray foam. What if the spray foam? I just spray it. This was awkward as all heck. I just started cutting and stuffing. So I cut a piece here. These are not very nice fits, but I had like two 2-inch strips that were 4 feet long, and I just ran them down here. They're in here. Stuffed a piece there, offcut there, something down in there. Making great use of these offcuts, to be honest with you. Putting it all to use. All right, let's take a look. Let's do a little close-up. That looks pretty darn good. Tape that up. She's wrapped. She's insulated. My first time. Okay, day 3. Still not done. But man, oh man, this takes a long time. You almost gotta get an hourly wage for this. You know that motivation? Be like, okay, I'm making $50 an hour. I better make tracks, you know? This is just me spending $50 an hour. It's the exact opposite. And we get to do Thinsulate. So basically this entire thing again. Oh. I got an idea. I'm going to trace it on this other one. But I'm going to do it the opposite, because the door is opposite. Perfection, sorta. That one got a lot tighter on there than this. I don't think that really matters. Oh, it holds. I don't know, man. Insulation. Again. Months later. So this would be, you know, duct liner. We did this. I got all this in. All the duct liners in. And I didn't film it because I just didn't. We cut up some of this 3M Thinsulate material today. We've got a bunch of strips cut. So before I do that, man, I had some challenges with this duct liner. I can't remember what video I made last. I haven't been filming. I'm running out of like SD card and I don't have a computer. I don't know how to upload these videos. Terabytes of footage, and I don't know how to put it on YouTube. Eventually you'll be watching this on YouTube and be like, buddy, you figured it out, I guess. But some of this stuff was not sticking very well. So I've had to like cut open and like put in like 3M 90 spray adhesive. I found a good deal for that. But the amount of like spraying and gluing, and some of it still like still peels on a bunch of it. Like having to cut in there, that was bulging out. So you had to cut here and spray and fill for it to stick. I haven't put that up yet because there's a light there. But just some of this stuff, like I just don't know. Like if I'm going to attach all of this Thinsulate and spend, you know, $150 on spray adhesive to attach this Thinsulate to this duct liner, but the duct liner doesn't want to stay in the roof, what's the point here? So I don't know. It's still holding. It's been on for, I guess, maybe a month and a half, 2 months. No, I can't even remember when I put this duct liner in. It's technically holding. It's not falling off, but man, it's not reassuring. Like, it's just kind of dangling there. Like some of this stuff here, I sprayed it. Like even this one. Did I spray this one today? I'm not sure. I don't want to start ripping it off if it's, well, no. Like how is that's not holding? And I sprayed that, and it's just not holding. anyway, I'm gonna stick this stuff on there. So I've got strips cut. This pile here is for the ribs up top. That pile over there is for the middles, right there, yeah, including the door. And then that pile there is for, there's a strip for all the bottoms and strips for the top that I'll have to eventually cut down. So cutting 28 inches off your roll does the middles. The bottoms I did 22s, I think. The tops I cut 15s, tuck up pretty good. And then the ribs, there was like 4 of them were 21, and there was a 19, and there's a weird one here, and 14s and stuff, and a 20. So all in all, it's not hard at all. You just gotta cut it. And terrible filming, it's dark. I still have a ton of this stuff left, and it's mostly been cut. There's a ton. I still have the back doors and the headliner to cut, but that's plenty. COVID era. Put your masks on, folks, when you're doing this stuff. Don't forget, put your love glove on. I got some latex gloves here. And I got the 3M90, so I'm going to spray the top. And then I'm going to spray the whatchamacallit too. Oh my god, like, remember COVID and the mumbling and these masks and the mumbling? Like, holy shit. All right. I'm not trying this. Good run. It was tacky already. Is this camera hold? I will say that is holding a lot better than the duck liner. Wowee. Okay, I don't know if I'll film the rest of this because I'm running out of juice. So I realized when I started editing this video for the installation, I just didn't have an outro. I had no sort of wrapped up in what it ended up looking like. It was just kind of, where the heck did the footage go? So it's done, basically. So it's been up for months, and this is kind of the final result. Got on the doors here. Before I put these panels back on, these are all stuffed. I didn't bother gluing it. I just kind of had a bunch of Thinsulate and stuffed it in a bunch of the holes. I've got Thinsulate stuffed in here, all up in here, up in here. One thing I didn't do, which I would say is probably I would recommend, don't glue this on or spray glue it on, spray adhesive. You've got your duck liner there, and I just cut the pieces and stuff them in because you're going to run wires through a bunch of this stuff, and sometimes it's easier to just not have this fully attached and you can remove it. The top, this is all glued on, but this is the ceiling structure. It's all tucked in and under. Everything's held up well. I've had this in for months now, and it's been it's a massive difference. Really happy with the result of this combination of insulation. So I'll probably stuff a little bit more in some of these places, but there's still a bunch of wiring to do. So yeah, really happy overall. Probably stuff a little more in there, but yeah, all insulated up there. So there you go, folks. That's a duck liner and Thinsulate installation for a Sprinter van. And yeah, you're going to be, so filming of this, Black Friday just happened, so if you missed that, I would probably, if you can wait for Boxing Week and jump on the deals. And there's package combinations that you can get for this that more than enough to do a 170 Sprinter van. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that helped.